The Jewish people were in Egypt for already 210 years, and the time came for Hashem to take the people out, to become His nation. They needed a leader. Who was going to be the leader that was going to take them out of Egypt? Now, mind you, this is not only to take them out of Egypt, which means to speak to Pharaoh and guide all the 10 plagues and take the Jewish people out of Egypt, cross the sea, and give them the Torah, but to actually be with the people for 40 years. And those 40 years in the desert were extremely challenging. So who was going to be the leader? And how was the leader chosen? Certainly Hashem was going to choose the leader, but what was He looking for in the leader? Well, we know that Hashem chose Moshe. But as I said earlier, what did Hashem see in Moshe that He chose him? The Torah tells us that Moshe was shepherding the sheep of Yisro, his father-in-law. And the Medrash tells us the following story, which preceded Hashem's choice of Moshe. And the story goes as follows. Moshe was shepherding his sheep when one small sheep started charging away, and Moshe followed it until it finally came to a small stream, and the sheep drank from the stream. Moshe caught up to the sheep and lifted the sheep and realized how tired the sheep must be. The poor sheep was thirsty and was looking for water. Moshe felt so bad for the sheep that he actually carried it back to the flock. So the Medrash continues and explains that that's why Hashem chose Moshe. Moshe had the sympathy and the empathy to actually feel the thirst, the tiredness of the sheep. And he said, that's someone that can be a leader of my people. There's an expression that great people are made of small deeds. I want to share with you a story. I learned in the yeshiva of Philadelphia, and my Rebbe was Rabbi Svei of blessed memory. My father, of blessed memory as well, had come to Philadelphia, and Rabbi Elia asked him, Rabbi Diskind, how are you? My father had just overcome a terrible, painful back problem. And he was telling Rabbi Elia that it was so bad that if there would have been a fire, I would not have been able to get out of bed. And that was a passing moment. A year later, my father met Rabbi Elia again, and Rabbi Elia said, so Rabbi Hirsch, how's your back? So I said to my father, wow, what an amazing memory. From a year ago, he remembers a small conversation. So my father pointed out, he said, it's not a good memory. When I told Rabbi Elia how bad my back was, he felt the pain. When you feel the pain, you don't forget it. And that's the lesson, what makes a good leader. And that lesson is something that we can all take. How important it is to feel the other person's pain, the other person's joy. And that's the way that we can all unite and become one strong people. Have a great Shabbos.